of 2014 batch, presently posted in Maharashtra. Actually, during my training period, I have done a research on various case studies from different civil services and all India services. And I wanted to talk about all these case studies through the medium of GS Core. Actually, first, when we talk about the General Studies paper 4, it is one of the most important paper of General Studies, as it creates a lot of margin of marks between different candidates. And when we talk about ethics case studies, it forms a very important aspect because the answers and questions as well are generally based on common sense, and it creates a lot of marks different between different students. So when we talk about how to deal an ethics case study, we should first of all analyze the case from different angles and look for the merits and demerits of different angles of approaching a case. So whenever you come across a case, you should not look towards its model answer. You should try to look for the merits and demerits of different options to solve that problem. What I would advise you is that you jot down your mind and write down proper alternatives to solve the case study, and then write down the merits and demerits for solving them. And the final solution which you take to solve that case study should be relevant, should be viable, and should be legal. And what we see in business case studies is that they try you to analyze the data and then reach for a solution which is most profitable. But in case of civil services case studies, your solution should be based on civil services attitudes and aptitudes and qualities like integrity, impartiality, non-partisanship, objectivity, and compassion. And because these terms are involved in your syllabus, your answer should also include terms like integrity, loyalty, honesty, and non-partisanship, because these are very important terms and very important qualities for a civil servant, and UPSC looks for these qualities in your answers also. And thirdly, your answer should be very innovative and different from other students. So that is why I want to say that you should never look for a model answer. You should slog yourself, study a lot, and try to solve a case study on your own, and look for on your own innovative solutions, and solutions which are there mentioned in good government reports and government books. And I have done a research and I have published a book named as a Bouquet of Services, in which I have mentioned ethics case studies from different civil services. There are 23 All India services and civil services, right from Indian Administrative Service to Armed Forces Headquarters Civil Service. And out of that, I will try to show you my approach on solving a case study by giving an example from 4 different case studies. First, I would like to start a case study of Indian Police Service, and this case is of a fake encounter. The case goes like this. There was a gruesome Naxalite murder of a landlord in the limits of a police station act of Gadchiroli district of Maharashtra. The news spread and there was scares in neighboring villages. The deceased landlord happened to be a close relative of a senior police officer. However, the reputation of the deceased was not good and he was hated by most of the villagers, as he was known to be exploiting the laborers. SP of the district was under immense pressure to immediately arrest the accused. After sustained collection of information and intelligence, SP succeeded in arresting the accused. On telling this information to the senior officer asked the SP to bump off the accused. Bump off the accused means to illegally kill the accused. He told the SP that the accused is a hardcore Naxalite and has committed a gruesome murder and should be taught a lesson. But SP, he wanted to do a proper police investigation, interrogate the accused, recover the weapons, and send the case to the court to decide. Meanwhile, the Home Minister also called the SP in this regard and asked the SP to teach a lesson to the Naxalite, as villagers were very scared of the Naxalite. He extended his full political support to the SP. In a way, the Home Minister was tacitly asking the SP to kill the Naxalite. So in this case, if you are a SP, what ethical dilemma you will face? Secondly, what options do you have in your mind to solve this ethical dilemma, and what course of action do you take? So when you read this case study, you should just brainstorm your mind and find out possible solutions. A kind of solution I would look for this case study is that we have 2 solutions. First solution is to bump off the terrorist. Solution 1. Bump off the Naxalite. Second is follow the legal route. Both the solution has its merits and demerits. The merit of the first is it will create an immediate impact on the Naxalites, immediate result. The second merit of this step is it will create a hero-like image of the SP, hero-like image among the villagers. It will also help him in getting an out-of-turn promotion and good career progression. Fourthly, the villagers will like the action of the SP, and villagers will cooperate with SP. Villagers would cooperate. But when we see the demerits of this step, the demerits are that this is not legal. Secondly, the Naxalite may not have killed the landlord. The information which he received was not perfect. The court has not convicted the Naxalite. Courts have not convicted. Thirdly, it will lead to its human rights violation. Fourthly, if the political party changes, it may also impact the career of the SP. Change in political party. Change in government also. Okay, the second step is to follow the legal route. What are the merits and demerits? Merit says that rule of law will be respected. Proper procedure will be followed. And the demerits are that the action would be delayed. Delayed action is the demerits. Delayed action, it will show the lenient attitude of the police department. Because the villagers will think that the police has not taken any action, because the Naxalite may get immediate bail from the court, the Naxalite may continue its actions, and there would be no deterrence on the Naxalite, or rather we can say less deterrence. So in this case, the SP has two approaches to solve this problem. So in the examination, you have to see a case study and then write merits and demerits of the proper alternatives. And then finally you can reach a solution. For example, in this case study, I would like to say that I will follow the second route, because in this case I am following the rule of law. The courts have the power to take the life of any person. A police officer does not have that power. He is in this way going beyond his powers. Secondly, and most importantly, Naxalism prospers by creating negative propaganda of the government. And if an SP illegally kills a Naxalite, they may create a negative propaganda against it. So in this way, you have to analyze the case study and then you have to look for a solution. Secondly, I would like to talk about the case study of Indian Forest Service. In this case study, Mr. Harish is posted as DFO of a area in Pech Forest Reserve in Nagpur district. In the Pech Forest Reserve, there is one Totlado Dam where the whole area has been declared as a protected area, and government has taken many actions to rehabilitate and resettle the villagers over there. However, the problem of illegal fishing is still continuing in the water of the Pech River, although it has been disallowed by the government. Government has also taken many steps to negotiate with the villagers at different levels, at the village level, at the state level, as well as at the central level. However, the problem is entangling, and the people are not ready to give up the business of illegal fishing. They do illegal fishing in a group of 100 people, and then they transport them using cycles to nearby villages, and these fishes are then transported in heavy vehicles on the highway, and then they are supplied to the markets and to the big restaurants and hotels of Nagpur and nearby districts. And these fishes have extraordinary taste and quality, and they are served at prohibitive prices at the 4-star and 5-star hotels. And Mr. Raja has done many operations before to kill these, arrest these villagers, but this has led to retaliation by the villagers. They are always armed. They try to create forest fire in the village, and if a forest fire is created in the village, it will impact the hard work of the forest officer from last 1 year. And thirdly, when Mr. Raja cannot depend on the lower forest staff because they live at very remote areas and in an isolated manner. If they attack or if they arrest local villagers, these local forest officers can be attacked by the villagers in retaliation at an odd time. So in this question, what are the ethical challenges and dilemmas Mr. Raja is facing, and what options do we have? The first dilemma is that he can allow illegal fishing to happen. That is the first option he have, allow illegal fishing. What he can do is, he can talk to the district magistrate and ask him to give a temporary stay for illegal fishing, allow illegal fishing. What are the merits of this step? It will create peace in the village, create peace in the village. Secondly, it will sustain the livelihood of the villagers. Livelihood of the villagers. And thirdly, it will create bonhomie between villagers and forest department. Bonhomie with villagers. But this step has demerits also. The demerits are, first of all, it will lead to environmental degradation. Environmental degradation. And secondly, this step is against the core values of forest department, against the core values of your job, value of your job. So basically the job of a forest officer is to do environmental protection, and if he allows illegal fishing, then he is going against the core values of his job. The second option with him is that he should continue operations against the villagers. Second option, continue operations like previous operations, continue previous operations. The positive would be, merits would be, it will reduce illegal fishing, create deterrence. But demerit would be, it will lead to retaliation by the villagers, Second, hatred by villagers. And thirdly, villagers may do forest fire. Then we have one more option with the forest department, that is to target the markets. In this option, what forest department should do, it should liaison with the revenue department, liaison with the police department, and try to target the market which is selling these fishes at prohibitive prices. They should try to arrest one or two villagers and they deeply interrogate them, then try to establish the chain and connect the chain, which people are hunting the fishes, and then which people are transporting the fishes in the villages, and then which people are transporting the fishes in the highway to the cities of Nagpur and Jabalpur. And then after establish this link, they should try and arrest the hotels which are serving these fishes and the markets in which these fishes are being sold, and then they should try and create a propaganda in the media against these big people who are consuming these fishes. What positive would be that merit would be that it will demotivate the villagers because there would be no profit to do this task. Secondly, it will maintain bonhomie with the villagers. Bonhomie. Demerit is that it is time consuming. time consuming and requires painstaking and coordinated action. Painstaking action. And with this strategy number 3, the forest officers can try to give alternative employment opportunities like cultivation of minor forest produce to the villagers, so that they have an alternative employment opportunity and they give up this livelihood opportunity. So you can choose among the 3 options and try to justify your answer that which step you will take. Thirdly, I would like to discuss the case study from the Railway Protection Force. Railway Protection Force and has many opportunities in which they face a law and order situation. And Railway Protection Force, for example, Mr. Pushparaj is posted as Assistant Security Commissioner of Lumding district in Nagaland, and there was a sewage problem in the city of Dimapur, and the sewage water got accumulated in the city. The boundary of Dimapur police station was stopping the water from freely flowing, and thus helped in accumulation of the water and increasing the sewage problem. The people demanded the boundary wall to be broken. Due to delay in finding a solution to this, people started Rail Roko Andolan at this railway station. Municipal corporation was shirking its duty and trying to blame the railway department for building boundary wall at a wrong place. RPF, as it is the most visible arm of the railways, was facing the brunt of the public and was responsible for solving this problem. However, various political interests were also involved in this Rail Roko Andolan. Sewage problem was taken as an opportunity to create pressure on the government, and many members of the municipal corporation were supporters of the opposition party, and they were deliberately not finding a solution to it. So what are the possible steps in Mr. Pushparaj? First step is that he should break the boundary wall. He should break the boundary wall. The positive would be that it will lead to immediate solution. Immediate solution. Peace would come. But negative would be that it would be like taking the responsibility of some other department on oneself. Like taking the responsibility of municipal corporation. Secondly, it will lead to loss to the government infrastructure. Loss to government infrastructure. Thirdly, it is not practical. The second step he can take is leave all the responsibility, give responsibility to municipal corporation and not take any action. Responsibility to municipal corporation. And inaction. What he can say that it is the duty of the municipal corporation to clear the sewage, and then it is not our duty, so we will not take any action. But it has merits that municipal corporation may take a step and lead to long-term solution. However, this step has many demerits. Like in this step, he is himself shirking responsibility, because law and order at railway stations is the responsibility of RPF. L&O is responsibility of RPF. Secondly, we can say that the municipal corporation may not support this step. Municipality may not support because it has vested political interest, and then the problem will be enlarged. Political interest. Third step, which is a painstaking step, is to coordinate with different departments and then involve them and plan with them. Coordinate and plan with different departments. He should write letters and take meetings with municipal corporation, with the police department, with the municipal corporation, he should ask the municipal corporation to help in solving the sewage problem immediately. With the police department, he should help in asking for additional manpower to fight this law and order situation, and he should finally try to motivate his staff in fighting this situation for a protected time. In this way, he can find a more practical solution. Secondly, law and order would be maintained. And in this step, he should also maintain a regular dialogue with the public. Maintain a regular dialogue and try to promise them that their problem will be solved easily and quickly. Maintain regular dialogue and win their trust. So merit would be that trust of the public would be with him, of the public, and it should be with him because he is the most visible face. Municipal corporation is not the most visible face, and neither the police department. Here RPF is the most visible face. But demerit again would be that it's painstaking, because coordination in government department is not easy. Government department generally work in silos and they want to share responsibility to the other department. So it is painstaking and lengthy also. So what I would suggest that you can choose from these three options, but I would like to choose from the last option because this is more practical solution. It may take more time, but it will lead to a long-term solution. Secondly, when you win the trust of the public would be with you, and when you coordinate with different departments and try to send a message to the public that you are working but different departments are not working, then the public will try to pressurize those departments and those departments would be under pressure to perform. Finally, I would like to talk about a case study from the Indian Information Service, and this case study is about the role of media during terror attacks. We all know that media plays a very negative role during terror attacks by showing the devastated images done by the terrorists. This action of the media try to threaten the public of India all across India. If an attack takes place in Bombay or in Kashmir, these images threaten the public all across India. And the live coverage done by the terrorists, done by the media, help the terrorists in maneuvering their position and create more damage. We have seen this in case of 26/11. Similar action was done by a news channel during Pathankot attacks. It revealed strategically sensitive information on TV during attacks. And then after this, MHA gave a notice to that channel, and Ministry of Information and Broadcasting decided to ban the channel on a crucial day succeeding US elections. This led to a huge economic loss to the news channel. So a question can be asked that what were the ethical issues when the Indian Information Service officer were deciding on what action should be taken on this media channel, and what better action could he have taken. So first of all, when we say that the action was right, banning the news channel, when we say banning the news channel was right, we could say that it was right. The merits were that internal security or national security is a non-compromising subject. National security is non-compromising. Secondly, we could say that it sent a good message. It sent a good message to all other channels. And it will deter them. It will get a deterrence on those channels. Deterrence impact. However, when we talk about it demerit, we would say that it compromised the freedom of the media. Compromise the freedom of media. The Indian media is free and fair, and it is not that they are showing these negative images because they receive some money from the terrorists. It's only because of their free and fair manner and their value of circulating free information that they are showing these images. And when we take such an action, we are compromising the freedom of speech and freedom of the media. And it is also not good to single out one channel to show them an example, because other channels have also done the same activity, and singling out was obviously done on some political or some other grounds which are not legal. Another measure would be to fine all the channels equally. Fine all the channels equally. All channels equally. Merit would be that it will show neutrality of the government. Neutrality of the government. However, demerit would be that government will receive the combined criticism. Government will receive combined criticism of all the media channels in this time of difficulty. Combined criticism. The third step what they can do is they can start supplying positive news through the same media channel, because media is free and fair. They don't support the terrorist organization. Their only value is to supply free information. So they should try to send the positive news through these media channels. They should try to show that how government has succeeded in overpowering the terrorists, and they should try to send a message through these media channels, through social media, through print media and through electronic media, that the government is more powerful than the terrorists and the people in the country are safe and happy. And what the positive would be that the positive of the third step, that is positive publicity would be that people would feel safe. People would feel safe. Secondly, the freedom of the media would be respected. Freedom of media would be respected. Will be respected. And demerit would be that it will not create a deterrent effect. No regulation or deterrence over media. Or deterrence. As you know that the media of India is not that much regulated as it is regulated in other countries, and secondly they don't have a self-regulatory organization, and if we take such a step then they may again do such kind of activities in the future. So all these options which I told you have some merits and some demerits, but I would like to say that the final option is a good option because we are respecting our constitutional values and our other values, and we are respecting the freedom of speech and freedom of media, and at the same time we are ensuring the safety and security of our population. So friends, like this you have to approach a case and try to brainstorm the possible alternative and try to look for the merits and demerits of those alternatives. If a question is asked of 10 marks, 8 marks would be given to you for the analysis you have done, and only 2 marks would be given to you for the option you choose or for the strategy you choose in the final concluding remark. So I would like to come again in GS core and try to talk to you about more case studies like this from different services, as I have written in my book A Bouquet of Services, in which I have written 3 ethical case studies from different All India services and central civil services in my research during my training program, and I would like to interact with you over this. Thank you.